The Gauteng Industrial Development Zone is tasked with establishing the OR Tambo Special Economic Zone. We develop a strategic economic infrastructure towards attracting investors to South Africa.
Gauteng still remains one of the very important regions in the continent. We account for a third of South Africa's GDP. We're the most industrialized region in the continent. So a lot of the growth that will happen in South Africa has to come from Gauteng.
We are located at the hub of the logistical network and framework of Gauteng. So location for us is very key. You've got Gautrain that goes to the international airport. You've got the air cargo facility. You've got the logistics coming in and out of the OR Tambo International Airport. So your location at the OR Tambo SEZ gives you that access in terms of moving your goods. So the concept of a special economic zone makes it so attractive for investors to be located in areas where they feel protected, where they feel supported by government with some tax incentives.
Beyond being the largest airport to facilitate passengers as well as cargo, I think OR Tambo on a daily basis employs some 30,000 people on site. We process around 4 million litres of jet fuel, facilitate some 65,000 passengers a day. But over and above that, I think in the East Rand and the Ekurhuleni Metro, the important role we play is that of an aerotropolis, meaning that we use the air platform to be able to sustain economic activities beyond just facilitation of passengers as well as cargo, but also particularly the GIDZ precinct partnerships with them, that we are able to collectively grow as well as create jobs and importantly be able to leverage synergies between the airport as well as themselves.
Strategic economic infrastructure, it's very key for economic development. We develop that infrastructure. Our intention is to ensure that within the context of the operations of the Special Economic Zone, we also have small businesses who benefit from the Special Economic Zones.
I love preparing food for people because it comes from my heart. You know, good food made with love, it tastes good. I'm the manager of the Jewel Cafe, and when I'm not here, weekend, I've got my own container that I'm selling food called Pinkylicious Restaurant.
GIDZ ngicela ukuthi ngizobancedisa mabana ama-meeting, then ngizokhona ukuset up a boardroom. So ukubanceda kwami babona ukuthi kungcono bangiphe iposition yokuba yi-coordinator hospitality. Ngijabula kakhulu ngingazi ukuthi ngingayenzani ngokuthi nokukhala. Ngibengakhala ngijabulile. Ngibonge u-R.
We want to see communities thrive from the economic infrastructure that's there, the economic infrastructure which is geared towards boosting industrialization in South Africa.
So a lot of what we term broadly economic infrastructure, it may be things that are physical, but sometimes it may be that you create an ecosystem, you create an environment where there's entrepreneurs and people are close to each other. They can, one, share ideas, but they can also leverage on infrastructure for prototyping, for them to be scaled. The Innovation Hub was then to be one of the platforms to commercialize those ideas. So in there, you have, again, physical buildings that have been built. You have entrepreneurs that are there who are being incubated. They will get some level of funding, but beyond, they will interact with other entrepreneurs and also have access to the facilities around.
My name is Tato Kaku, and I am the UI UX designer at Buleho Technologies. Basically, we are a small tech company. We develop websites and make web applications that have an impact on the community. We started at the Innovation Hub back in 2009, and we were in the incubation program.
We are tasked to drive economic development using innovation and using research and development. We take entrepreneurs from ideation, ensure that they have resources for them to drive innovation, so they build businesses that are sustainable.
All of these zones and investments ultimately must lead to economic growth. That is the measure we're all gonna look at, but also it needs to be inclusive. More small businesses participating in the economy, and generally our income levels for most Gauteng citizens improving, to create prosperity.
The idea is to ensure trade and investment within the context of Gauteng, and we focus squarely on attracting investors to OR Tambo Special Economic Zone. we're developing Precinct 2. It's going to be multi-sectoral. So pharmaceuticals, agro-processing, extending the jewelry manufacturing. And we're very excited to be part of the development of the road of the Aerotropolis itself. We engaged the Green Building Council of South Africa to help us design a facility which is going to be in line with the concept of green building. So they are helping us to ensure that the right things happen from a construction perspective.
A green building is one that is resource efficient at an infrastructure level, water efficiency, energy, transport, the materials that go into development. It also looks at economic prosperity. How is the development creating jobs for the surrounding communities, providing buildings that have good access to public transport? It's really a holistic approach that we take as the Green Building Council to say, this building is green.
If you look at the SEZ that's adjacent to us, we have been deep in discussions around how is it that we use and leverage new energy sources together.
We have been appointed by GIDZ to install the bulk infrastructure. What that entails is mass earthworks, sewage lines, water lines, electricity, basically all the services that are required for the developments that are going to take place.
What is important for us is that Precinct 2 changes the face of Ekurhuleni from an employment perspective, job creation perspective, from small businesses, from the community around the special economic zone.
The site is close to the airport, and it will create a lot of opportunities even for the local people to get jobs, including the local SMEs will get an opportunity to participate in this program. What I do, I recruit for labor for the local subcontractors to participate, to make sure that is transparent to everyone.
Currently, we have a couple of local SMMEs appointed on site. One SMME is appointed to construct a boundary wall around the fence that side. We have another SMME appointed to construct a open-like concrete drain for us. That's going to be around the perimeter of the site. Then we also have a big SMME that is going to install the electricity for us from the cargo substation all the way along the R21 along Atlas Road to the premises.
I've been doing construction now for 9 years. It's one of those industries that I got into and I just fell in love, you know. And the curiosity just grows every day. Here we're doing stone pitching. It's a stormwater channel stone pitching. We're gonna do it around the entire site. This, for me, is the biggest single opportunity that I've had. It's the biggest project that the company has had. And projects like these bring a lot of hope and a lot of encouragement to us as SMMEs. Because you work with a big company like Lone Rock, so you actually see the value that you are adding. And in terms of opportunities for the community, more than 50 people have been employed.
It's quite exciting for the community to get opportunities. And we recently hired young people so that they can also get experience and exposure.
We have informal settlements around the area that don't have a lot of work, they don't have a lot of job opportunities. So the idea is for those guys to benefit out of the project by getting opportunities, developing their companies, building their skills, and hopefully at the end of the day, being able to go into another job and actually do work there as well.
You get some of the guys that started as general workers. Now they are learning a skill. So by the time they finish the project, who knows how much the project would have changed their lives.
Entrepreneurship is not easy, but success is achievable. So spaces like these help create companies that hopefully create jobs for people that leave a mark in the South African landscape.
Seeing an entrepreneur coming from just a document written down from an idea and an entrepreneur walking out of these facilities with an export facility, playing in a global space, for me, that's much more fulfilling.
Industrialization means life, means jobs, means more hospitals, more clinics, more schools, etc. So we believe the special economic zone is the cornerstone of, a community in South Africa.
We really are excited to be partnering with the GIDZ. It really gives us the opportunity to showcase sustainable infrastructure at scale.
It is very important that we relate with AXA, we relate with the city of Ekurhuleni, we relate with other government departments that are in the economic development space so that we all work together towards one goal. And the one goal is just growing the footprint of the logistics network in South Africa. Most investors are now looking at penetrating the African market through the OR Tambo International Airport. So it's exciting that we have all these stakeholders coming together towards one goal, and the goal is to develop the economy of South Africa.
I think more than anything, that feeling of growing something from nothing and seeing it 10 years down the line and looking back, looking at the challenges you've gone through, looking at how much growth you've achieved. For me, those things give me the excitement to continue.